And we are live. Hey everyone. Tonight we're doing chicken drumsticks and potatoes and pulling out the Montreal chicken. I don't know if I've done this with you or not. I think I tried it out for myself, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll figure do that. So let's take a look down here. The drumsticks are actually pretty big, so they're not going to fit in the regular air fryer. So I'm going to air fry, I think, the drumsticks in the Breville. It's got in the air fry sense, and I'm going to do the potatoes in the regular air fryer because they always come out awesome. All right, so as always, you always want to cut a slot into the meatiest part of this chicken. If you do not, it's not going to cook evenly. So let's just make sure we got a nice good slice in there. I already rinsed and patted these dry, by the way, just so you know. Janet, how are you? Thank you for joining. Right now, I already patted the chicken dry. I'm just cutting the slot in there so they cook even. If you don't, they might be raw on the inside, cook, crispy on the outside. So if you haven't heard me say it before, you have now. I think it's an extremely important step. Taught to me by Mama Monty. Okay, so let's get this plate out of here and into the sink. I'm doing great, thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. Now, normally when I cook these in the oven, and I haven't done so long, is I put the chicken in first and start to cook it, and then geez, I got that all backwards. But because of the different cook times, I would start one and then add it to the pan later. But like I said, the air fryer might be too small for the chicken, so I'm going to do it with the Breville in air fryer mode. And I'm cooking. I should have actually did these as chunks of potatoes instead of making them shoestring fries. That's all right. I'll tell you, this new knife, since I sharpened it, I don't know if you saw that video, Janet. I don't recall. I apologize. But what a great job that thing did. And you would think it'd be more dangerous, but on the flip side, it was probably not, because before I'd be going like this with the knife because it wasn't sharp enough and you would be using more effort. Now that it goes so much better, you're not using as much force, you're less likely to hurt yourself. At least that is my theory. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. Just gonna cut away some of those little brown chunks there. Hey Dan, checking in before dinner. I gotta find the best time to do some of this stuff. I'm trying to think if I want to do fries or squares. Do squares today. What the hell? You know what I mean? I haven't done them in a while like that. Throw these in with the potatoes, which you may not have seen. Sorry, the drumsticks. What are you having tonight, Dan? Mr. Kraska, how are you? Everybody beat you on tonight. Doing little chunks of potatoes, wedges, whatever you want to call them. I got like a fan club here. I'm excited about this. Just cut that in half. So the Breville looks like it's all heated up. And I'm going to mix all of this together and then I'll get going. You know what? I defrosted pork chops as well, and as soon as I took out the chicken and opened the package, I went back in the refrigerator for something, and I realized I have pork chops in there, I have chicken thighs in there, and I picked up some more chicken. Was it yesterday at BJ's or Saturday? One of those days. Yeah, to be fully ready. It's gonna take that to cook. It'll be 45 minutes. Okay. How you doing the pork chops? So I am not going to do the pork chops tonight. However, I cooked them thin, and I believe you were on the grill live with me or whatever it was. But those things take like 6 minutes on the grill. You know, they're really thin. In the air fryer, 8 minutes tops if it's nice heated. Let's get a few tablespoons of oil in there because I am cooking it in 2 separate places. Not that that should matter, but I got a lot to mix in here. Last Dan, you were asking Janet how she was going to do the pork chops. In that case, I apologize. I got the grill mates. Instead of salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. This kind of has all of that in there, so I'm going to do this today. I'm not sure how much to put on though. Should be interesting. I think that's enough right now. Got myself some gloves. Now the gloves will only be a problem if I didn't put enough seasoning on, and I'll know as soon as I finish this up. Gloves just take too much time, that's why I use my hands. The seasoning for the Montreal chicken seasoning smells awesome. The seasoning for the Montreal steak doesn't smell good at all, but it tastes great. So, kind of like don't judge the book by the cover type of thing. You know, with this, it doesn't smell great when you just open the canister and smell it. You know, once you cook it, it takes on a whole new dimension. All right, I think I need a little more sprinkling in there. That might be too much, but we'll work on that later. Oh, what do you guys want to see? I can cook one in the air fryer and one in the oven. I really would like to get this chicken to fit in the air fryer, to be honest with you. Let me see what I can do here. I'm thinking that there's not enough room to cook that chicken in there. Decisions. All right. We've got my Copper Chef tray here. And let's start putting the chicken in there. Maybe I'll change it mid-flight. We'll see. I'll have to see how everything fits. This will have some nice spaces around it, so it should cook nice. And some of these pieces of chicken are ungodly huge. Huge, I tell you. I love the small drumsticks because they... I think they're the best. They cook better, they cook more evenly, and they get more crisp on the outside without drying out the inside, you know, because of the rate of cook time. But that's just me. Alright, let me flip this way. Those got some nice space in there. So let's get that in the Breville. It's over there. It's already preheated to 400. With the Breville, you got to treat it more like an oven. So I'm doing the temperature at 400, and I am going to set the microwave, the stove timer, because I might use the microwave for something else in the meantime. I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. But roasted chicken and potatoes do take quite a bit of time. That's the great thing about the air fryer, is it cuts a lot of time off of it. Buff that up a little bit. Fries will probably be ready first, which is good because that'll give me a little snacking, right? Dry the hands. All right, let's get these in the air fryer. 400. These probably going to take a bit of time. I don't know if 25 is too much. They're kind of wide and they're on the slightly thicker side, but not as thick as I've done before. So I'll check it in like 10 minutes and we'll see what happens. This thing's starting to slag down a little bit here on me. Yeah, the drumsticks are large. Like I said, I really like the small drumsticks myself. I think they're better in every way, shape, and form. But, you know. Also, we're going to do some broccoli, but the broccoli is going to be air fried. I may do it on the air fryer depending when the fries are ready. In the air fryer, it takes like, this air fryer takes like 5 minutes. In the Breville, it might take a little bit longer. No rosemary in the fries today. Rosemary is one of those things sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I always do when I make them like wedge fries, like roasted potato type stuff. But the spices I bought here, I thought it said what did it have? Garlic, onion, salt, spices, black pepper, parsley, red pepper, pepper. Yeah, so it doesn't. So I could actually add some in there if I want. But I think I put enough of the Montreal chicken seasoning. I could smell it. Might be a little bit overwhelming. And here joining us in the kitchen today is my 3D printer. I've already printed a couple of things. Let me go get you the things in case you didn't see my live show the other day. The other day I printed, after I assembled the printer, I printed this little dog as a test. And I felt he was lonely, so today I printed him a companion. So my daughter now has her two little doll 3D printed thingies. And I got something going on there now. That's my first one that I didn't design the print, but I had to put it in the slicer. And that's the program, Cura the Slicer. And export it, so we'll see how good that comes out. That's something a little different. I'm not telling anybody what that is yet. The video I did these in was 8.5 hours long. The live assembly of the printer was 2 hours. These take probably like 5.5 hours to print. On top of that, you know, there was some little overtimes, but I was able to get the video down to 8 minutes. So check out one of my, I think it was the last video, the one before. There's a 8-minute video of me assembling and printing these out. It's very fast. There's some talking at the very beginning and end, but you might enjoy that, especially if you like technology. Mr. Kraska, my air conditioner, I want to say it's new, but it's not. It's actually like 8 years old now. But it's holding up pretty well. I bought a good unit. It was actually cheaper to buy the central air, the better central air system, because there were more discounts available at the time, but it still wasn't cheap because I have forced hot air, and it was the original 40-year-old heating system. So I had to replace everything, you know, the burners, the air conditioner, I had a condenser, electrician come in. There's just a lot to it, but I'll tell you, it's better than lugging 15,000 BTU air conditioners in the house. And if I was doing that, you would not see this air fry video today because I would not have a circuit needed to run it. She's sleeping, so. Sorry about that. I have to put the puppies away. What else? So this weekend celebrated a couple of birthdays with family and friends. I don't know if I didn't post anything on YouTube. But if you visit my Facebook page, the link is in the description. Mario's Domain on Facebook, also on Instagram and Twitter. My mother always does a big smorgasbord of stuff I mean, burgers, dogs, sausages, kielbasa, string beans, pork chop, bone-in pork chop, small ones, and then like a antipasto salad type thing. Tons of stuff. So I encourage you just to go check over those pages, see those drawings. And if you haven't joined Mario's Domain on Facebook, I'm trying to build it back up after Facebook shut it down. I'd appreciate you jumping on. Share the videos. You see a video you like, share it with your friends, you know. Maybe they'll come and they'll see something they really like, and it'll be helping me out, and I'd be thankful for that. Let's see what else. Saturday I spent, like I said, a long day assembling the printer and doing the first test printout. Gonna take a couple of days off this week. I don't know if that means taking time off from the lives or whatever it may be, but that's probably going to be the case. I need some me time and just get some things done around the house. But I will be in touch. That's the one thing about the lives. I have several videos that I need to edit that I have not published yet. Some of them are really old now. It's just it's time consuming. Someone wanted to hear about my success on Facebook. One of the people who help promote channels. I said, I don't think this is the forum. It's the video that it was 3 pages. I don't think I could put the 3 pages on a YouTube post. I hear the chicken doing its little sizzle thing there. It's been going for, I forget what I set the timer for. If it was 10 or 15, it's got to have been going more than 2.5 minutes. So that means it's been going for 7.5 minutes. What's up to the 4th? Friends, families, barbecues, fireworks, a couple of fireworks. It's going to be, the weather's going to be nasty. Anything over 65 is nasty, but when you're talking 93 and humid, that's kind of where I draw the line. So depending, who's going to be around here and stuff like that, maybe barbecue a little bit, get outside. We were going to have a good gathering here, but just because of the weather and the timing and stuff like that, we're going to change it up a little bit. What about yourself? I used to go fireworks all the time, and it's just now, we got a little girl, getting them when they can't stay up late, it's kind of tough on them, so that's all right, I'm not 20 anymore. Staying up midnight isn't always on the agenda. Yeah, it is tough, and happy birthday to you, our grandfather, and many more. It is tough, and I haven't taken much of any days off yet this year. I think I took a couple for my daughter for something, but I have to start burning a lot of vacation time quick, otherwise I'm going to lose it. I'm blessed that I've been with the company for 20 years, and they give me a lot of vacation time. But I've never, up until my daughter was born, I think I went 30 years and never took a sick day. It's just, I never got sick. And now I do, because you catch something, the kids catch something from other kids, and then you catch it, because you're always around them, they're sneezing, and that happens. I got smart today. I pulled out the fridge, plugged in a short extension cord, so I could plug my phone in, and I'm hoping that solves 2 things. The phone doesn't get burning hot, because it's USB-C, can provide the power, because that was the problem I was running into. The phone was running hot. It's still running warm, but the battery's not going to die, so that's a good thing. And I had to push the fridge back in, too. Not a big deal. Let's see. So, I believe most of you, if not all of you, see a few, yeah, I think already. Did you all see my Saturday live was it Saturday for the, sorry, that was yesterday. The breakfast I made yesterday. I only have the live out right now. My plan is, I've downloaded all my lives that are 1 to 2 hours, and I plan on editing them as best as I can, simply because I filmed it as I went. It's not like I prepared everything with camera angles, but I want to get like 10-minute videos out of there, give or take, so that it's more enjoyable to people. But if you didn't see yesterday's monstrosity of a breakfast sandwich, you need to. Alright, we're going on 12 minutes. I'm just going to take a poke at the fries, see what they look like. Oop. There we go. And at least flip them. There we go with the fries. And I'll get something just to kind of wish them around a little bit. I did not spray the pan, although I shouldn't have to because there was plenty of oil, but it's one of the things I often forget is spraying these pans down. It's weird. When I was first got this thing, I was careful about everything. Now that I'm, you know, the air fryer chef here, I use that term loosely, by the way, because there are plenty of people who are great chefs and are better than me at this. But now I forget all the time to do certain things. I forgot to wash this out, so I was about to go live, and I realized this wasn't washed out, so I had to hold off on starting the video 15 minutes. Yeah, so there's the phone right there. This came with the house. You know, old school. You should always keep an old school corded phone in your home. It doesn't require power. It typically runs off the I think it's like 70 volts that come over the lines that these work with. But it's got a cork cord here. Got a little American flag here. You might be able to see the flag, the pole, and the sun right up here. The calendar's blocking the rest of it. There's flowers and grass, I think, underneath that. But also, if you flip that over, there's a chalkboard. And they're kind of retro. I've looked these up, want to see how much money they're worth. And I saw some orange ones, and they're still worth like 70 bucks. I bet you for the right buyer in the right condition, you can get some money for that thing. I could not find a phone I like to replace it. They all require power now. They either need batteries or an outlet, and I want something power-free. When you're in a situation where you want a phone, you want that. I use the oil spritzers. And I tell you about having a landline all the time. Missed something. Hey, Gerard. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. The only thing is, I do not have an old school line coming into the house. Before, you used to have the 2 wires coming in from AT&T, Verizon, whatever, and those had power. I have Fios, so you have a fiber coming in that requires power going to a box all the time, and then on top of that, you know, gets translated. So while this is good, you know, the landlines are going away. My neighbor had one, but Verizon wanted to get him out of this area, so they offered him a deal he couldn't resist to go with Fios. So they don't want it. I mean, you know, someone said to me, you got to watch if there's a catastrophe of some sort, and you know a phone can be used to detonate or whatever like that, they will shut down all cell. They will shut down all that stuff. You know, I know that's like crazy to think of, but you want an old school landline, and this is as close as I can get now. You know, as long as I have power, I got UPSs running their boxes because they wouldn't sell me a new battery backup for it. You know, integrated into the unit. They did away with those because they don't want to deal with it. So I bought my own UPS. I stuck it in because if the street loses power, the fiber won't work because it requires the power. So this gives me that little bit of added extra insurance. Chicken's still in there. And I'll leave it in there a little longer, and then now we'll take it out and take a look. Time is going to go off. Let's set it for 5 more minutes. And I apologize, there was some other messages coming in here. I'm going to take a quick look, make sure I didn't miss anything. Landline all the time. I'm considering getting rid of it for the simple reason that they force you into a package to make it so you will buy that package. So you can get, you know, TV, internet, phone for $99. But if you don't want phone, it's $89. You know, they play that game with you. Because back in the day, remember when you had cell phones? I remember paying $5 a month for my phone plan, for my cell phone plan. It was in the phone calls. Now, if you look, It's in the data plan. They don't care if you use your phone on your cell phone. They want to get you on the data. I use an oil spritzer. Yeah, I do have Pam. And this stuff right here. I bought a nice expensive oil spritzer. It was 25 bucks a junk. I'm gonna get the Evo one next. It's like a hand spray bottle, but I got a pump one, and everybody was raving about it. I don't know what they were raving about. I did a review, and I just tossed the review. Well, not tossed it. I decided not to publish it because I didn't stand behind it. And I told the manufacturer, I says, I can't get behind this product. They offered me like compensation. You know, I told them. They said, we want to know how I heard about you. I said, I'm part of a community, blah, blah, blah. Let us know. We'd like to work with you. I said, okay. I had a problem. They sent me out a new pump portion for it. I still didn't like it. I said, listen, I can't recommend your product because it doesn't. Sometimes they blame it on the oil. I know at Costco they say the oil, they change up manufacturers and it could be thicker or thinner depending. But I don't use Costco oil, but it could be from the same plant. You know what I mean? Just another brand label on it, you know? So I couldn't, like, you know, my morals would not allow me to do something like that, you know? I mean, you go up, you buy a $25 spritzer and it's junk. You say Mario's junk, and you don't want to talk to me anymore. You know what I mean? Let's take another look at the fries here. What I'm going to do here, before I go any further, I'm just going to give this an extra spritz, then flip it and spritz it again. I have plenty of oil, but it's dripping off, it's drying up, stuff like that, so it's not going to hurt. And the spray bottle is the same brand that I use that I put on there right now. Right now it is anyway. If you guys have any good luck with some certain spritzer bottles, let me know. I'll buy, review it, let you know what I think. I am in no means a professional reviewer. I'm a terrible writer. Sorry, I might have missed something that was said here. Let me take a quick look. Yeah, so I usually do that as far as the egging does, and I bread it. I bought some panko, but it wasn't the panko I really wanted. I think it was a certain seasoned Japanese style panko, and I tried that before, but I didn't like it as much. But to be honest, I mean, the skin's bad for you, but it's like the best tasting part. So I do it, but yeah, a lot of the time we'll pull that off there. You egg it, you bread it, because my little one is allergic to eggs. She can't have scrambled eggs, but she can have eggs and cake and whatever. So we always put eggs in as much as possible because it's been building up her immunity. So, you know, in a year or two, she might be able to just have a scrambled egg. I think this was some fine on here. Well, to you, enjoy your evening. I'll finish up. Hey, thanks, Dan. Appreciate you stopping in. I know everybody's time is valuable to them. Oh, so you have the battery box? So Verizon used to have a huge module, and there was a 12-volt battery, like an alarm panel battery. When I upgraded the speed for work, because we're both working from home, they replaced it with one no longer has batteries. What they want you to buy is this plastic box that holds 12D batteries, and when you lose power, you just press a button to power it up. I'm like, the guy just slapped stuff. He put a hole in my door by accident in the walls. So I took everything off after he left, leveled everything, bought a small UPS, and plugged that all in there so I'm covered. Okay, I'm going to turn this chicken. I've been talking too much. Actually probably still early to turn this chicken. I'll probably turn it one more time, but I want to make sure that it starts to I want to put the air fryer crisps up chicken so well. I want to see what this temperature is here. We're actually at 120. It's actually saying the chicken's close to being ready. I always cook the chicken longer. I am afraid of food poisoning. I have gotten food poisoning from going out to eat, and it is not fun when you're sitting at home for 2 weeks, running to the bathroom every 10 minutes. And I apologize for saying that, but just the fact of the matter. I don't remember if I turned this piece. No, I did not. All right. Oh, shut that off. Get this back in the Breville. Like I said, I love the way the air fryer cooks everything. I want to find, if GoWISE came out with a 13-quart air fryer that was just like this one tomorrow, I would buy it. I'm going to set the timer for another 10 minutes. Now, when I did chicken and potatoes, I haven't done it this way in so long, I'm trying to think if I would put the potatoes in for... The chicken and potatoes would be in for a total of an hour, because you put one in, and then you add the chicken later, or add the potatoes ready. Why my mind's not functioning right now, I think you put the, the chicken in first, and then add the potatoes in later. And, use a big cookie sheet, like. And it tastes great like that, too. The oven does a great job, but the air fryer is just quicker. And just crisps it up nice. It's that small compartment. It's near the heating element. What did I miss here? Not a Panko fan. I am not a Panko fan either. However, my brother bought Panko, and it was called like Japanese something style, and he got it at Trader Joe's, and it was amazing. So I know what you're saying, because the stuff I bought I don't care with, but that's okay. You can mix it with other types, you know what I mean? If it wasn't so expensive to ship, I bought the 2-pack of BJ's. If it wasn't so expensive to ship, I'd send it to him. But it'll cost me more than the Panko itself costs. So I can find somebody, family member locally who wants it. Let's see. I forget when I last checked the fries. It wasn't that long ago, but let's do another check here. And just to show you, this is the spray. I won't tell you the brand, but this was the pump that I bought, and I just don't like it. I'm not going to advertise the brand. When I buy a new kind of oil, I will see if it sprays any better with that. But until that happens, I am not going to advertise for them, good or bad. So GoWISE, if you're hearing me, create one like this, but bigger. That works just as well. I'll buy it for me. Or you can give it to me. I'll tell you what I think. So I was talking about broccoli earlier, and I'm trying to think if it was David or Gerard. We were just talking about different things of making the other day. I think probably both of you, in fact. But the way the broccoli's made is you throw it in the bowl, put a little water in it, and you microwave it, mix it, microwave it. In the air fryer, the Breville, Crystal, said, I forget what she said, it was like 6 minutes, and you flip it. The air fryer, 5 minutes. I spray with a little oil, a little bit of salt, 3 minutes, and then 2 minutes, or you can do 2 and 3, doesn't matter, 3 and 2, and it comes out great, very green. And the corn, the microwave corn, the Wellesley Farm organic corn, I'm shocked. It's sweet corn, it's shockingly good. You put a cup of water with a quarter of the bag, cover it, 3 minutes, take it out, mix it, cover it, put it back in without covering it, 3 more minutes, drain it, a little salted butter, awesome. I know a lot of people are anti-microwave, and I am too, but in the right situation, with certain foods, it's good. Janet, I have. However, not that there's mixed reviews, but there's mixed feelings that I've seen, and I take to heart on that, is it acts more like an oven and less like an air fryer. I forget who reviewed it, but remember, you have multiple shelves, so you will have to continue to rotate it. I don't think that would give me an advantage. I actually almost bought the TOA 60 before I bought the Breville, because I thought the Breville was too big. The Cuisinart, I TOA, I guess toaster oven air, means a little bit smaller and half the price. But I made the decision for this for a few different reasons. But if I had to do a kitchen all over again, assuming I had enough room, higher cabinets up, I would still get the Breville. I would still have maybe an air fryer, maybe 2 smaller ones, whatever. Take a look at these fries again. trying to think who I was watching the other day on my printout search. I kind of lost my thought, but he watched my whole, and his name is escaping me. It's going to come to me in a second, but he watched, like, I think my whole 8.5 hour thing on Saturday. But he was watching picture-in-picture on TV, and he had the little, well, he said, yeah, and, you know, I got you up at the corner. I was like, hey, I hope you have me in the big picture and just a little TV show in the corner, but it was kind of cool. I didn't ever even thought of doing it that way. I'm going to go over and check my print, because it says it's done. Let's see. It is. So, I'm going to shut this off. I'm sorry, you know, I can't stretch the phone that much, and I don't want to pull it off. So. Be back in just a second. I made a keychain for Donna. She loves the band Def Leppard, so I found someone who catted it, and I put it in the slicer, and I exported it, so I just made her a keychain. It's not like you can tell her she's not online right now. So back to the Power XL. I don't think it's for me in general. I wish Philips would do something with it. They now have the XXL, but when you buy the XXL, it's not digital. It's big, but it's only 4 quart. They only used to say pounds. I forget how many pounds. And then recently they now added the quarts. So that's $400. Was it 400? Of course, that's, you know, the MSRP, but you could probably get it for like 300, and it's still only 4 quarts. I know it's a better quality product, or so I've heard, but I would like to see that thing jump up to 5 quarts, maybe even bigger, but not have a $500-600 price tag. Wishful thinking, right? But that being said, the DeLonghi, I think I have a link in the description. If I did not go with the GoWISE again, I would consider the DeLonghi, because it has separate top and bottom heating elements. You can turn one off and on. It's a kind of manual, it's simple, it's got a dial, but it's also got a spinner inside, so it'd be great for putting, you know, something that needs to be turned regularly. Let's take another look at these fries, because I have a feeling we're going to be done here with these fries. I'm going to wait for it to cool just a second. I'm going to grab one of them, like this one right here, and I will put it right there. Or maybe not. I'll taste it. See how it tastes. They're done. I'd almost be tempted now to take some of those pieces of chicken out and throw it in the air fryer. What do you think of that? Let the other 3 finish up in there. 3 in there. If I can fit all 6, I'll do all 6 here. I'm waiting for someone to say, do it, do it. Yeah, exactly, Jenna. All right, I'm going to check the Breville quick. Move this out of the way. Yeah, I like the crisper outer. And they're not wet on the outside. They're not filled with oil, so I put the right amount of oil, I think. I did spritz it a couple of times along the way, but. Okay, let's take a look at this chicken here. Now this is done. Now it's cooked and it's going to be delicious, but as you can see, it doesn't have that crisp shell. So I am going to find a spot to put this temperature gauge in and just see what it comes up to. I think they say chicken 165. I like to err on the side of caution. Yeah. So, all right. So what I'm going to do exactly what I said. So I'm going to move these off to the air fryer to crisp them the rest of the way up. What do you think of that? See if we can't get these all to fit. Gonna turn them over. Get this camera up a little bit. Because these drumsticks, boy, these things are huge. If I can get them laid out perfectly here, yeah, you know what? They're gonna fit. I'm gonna take the small one back out from the end and put the slightly bigger one here. And then I can put the two smaller ones on the side. Flip that one. And now we're gonna crisp these bad boys up. That's why you need 2 air fryers, folks. Did I unplug it? I unplugged it. See that? I didn't even say don't forget to unplug the air fryer, folks, because I just did it. Okay, let's gonna set this for 10. Oh, sorry, that beep is probably annoying the poop out of you. Now these drumsticks, I usually cook them at 400. I could kick it down to 370 probably, but I want to crisp up, so I'll probably do 400 and then for less time, and then flip it just to get that crisp out of it. I haven't even been in today's paying attention to the time. It must have been close to 30 minutes, right? What are we? We've been on here 41, so yeah, it's probably not that far off. Now, Janet, are you saying, boys, those are crispy fries? Is it a good or a bad thing? I'm curious. I like crispy fries, and I like when you cut them big pieces, obviously, you know, you get the long, crisp edges, but you cut them half the size, there's more crisp edges, so you have more flavor per fry the smaller they are, in my opinion, because you can fit more seasoning on that extra side now that it's smaller. Does that make sense? Am I talking? Yeah, I mean, I grew up liking crispy food. See if I can show you that right there. Let me find a good crispy fry. That one. You want some milk? Yeah, give me 1 second. Get her some milk. Just a little tired from the heat today, so just a little nap.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to put some ketchup on this plate. About the 3-pack of BJ's. This one's almost up, so we'll be going to the second one. BJ's always has coupons for these, especially during this weather, but sometimes they make you buy multiple packs to get the discount. Very good. I always wonder, we got like 8 or 9 people on right now, but only like 3 of you usually talk. I'm always curious. I know some people don't like to be public, but these are good for you. Don't get me wrong, I like the Breville, but I don't know if you can hear me. Flip this camera. I'm hoping you're all still there. I must have whacked a button on the phone and it shut off the live stream. I do not know how long you were gone for. Hopefully you're still with me. Looks like I lost quite a few of you there, unfortunately. But if you can hear me, Jenna, thank you. We went from like 9 people down to 2, so I'm kind of sad now. They must have said he abandoned us. So right now I'm just going to start turning the chicken. You can take those plate of fries if you want. Okay. Yeah, I started it in the Breville, and now I'm finishing it in the air fryer since the fries are done. Oh, I complicated this for myself. And I'm hoping people come back on this because I want to do my that little drumstick is perfect for my daughter, but I think I might take it for myself and give her a bigger piece. Tell her she needs more to eat. Fatten herself. It says we got 4 people back on now. I said that same thing, Janet, because you need a lot of room around this, but the specs on the website and even on display are all wrong. They said it was like X amount wide. So I went there, I always have a tape measure on me, and I was like, the box isn't even that big. You know, and I don't know why they were all... I was about to grab a finder gun. Since I lost connection, let's see if I can't refresh it. Yeah, alright, so I was able to recover the chat. When I went to go start a new one quickly, I said, do you want to resume? I'm like, yeah. Nothing fancy. I bought a small one. It was either 250 or 300 watt UPS. And I just took the plug straight out of the outlet and plugged the cable modem into my UPS. Nothing fancy. When I was looking at the power adapter, it looks like it's a 4-prong, like it's a barrel 4-prong. I'm trying to remember, it's not fresh in my mind. It's not a screw and just plug it in. It looks like it has an input auxiliary for 12 volts directly. I don't know enough about the power adapter to do it, but I think I paid 20 bucks for the UPS. It was on sale, free shipping. So that's why I bought it. If it was a standard power adapter, you know, like a barrel, like 12 volts, and that was it, I would have did something. However, I think it couldn't be standard like that because unless they have a step-up transformer, they can't run regular telephones with that, you know. So I'll look into it in the future if I find I need more runtime. But now that I have generator capability here, it may not be as critical. I guess we'll see about that. How much, first of all, I apologize, I forget where you're from. I know, like in UK, the Breville isn't available because they don't make a 220 volt version. That was last I heard when I bought this many months ago. But the KitchenAid toaster, I'm trying to think, I think I might have looked into it just because all my appliances are KitchenAid. It's been so long since I researched that. Can't wait for this chicken. Yeah. Can I have a couple of fries, please? Oh, you can take it with you. I just wanted to. No. Time to open that other ball. These are so good. I mean, they're excellent when they come out of the oven too. In the oven, and nicely press them out. You gotta cook them 50 minutes an hour. Don't forget. And when I do it like that, I cut them into quarters. Like I use the red roasted. I have not done since I bought the air fryer. Well, I've never done in the air fryer. I've never done red potatoes. Maybe I'll buy some red potatoes and do those in the air fryer because I've never done them. Red potatoes are good. I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes. The taste is a little weird to me, but okay. Again, I apologize, Janet, because I can never remember where everybody's from. Apologies. My mind is slipping. Let's see, who else? I'm just making sure I do not miss anything. Nope. Alright, we've done 7 minutes total with them in the air fryer. I think we flipped on 4. I had the air fryer. The heat just turned off. The cycle's running now, so let's take a look. Look at that. Now, I'm going to do one thing here. Okay, I am first going to take my usual pictures here. However, what I'm going to do is take out the small pieces of chicken and cook the bigger ones longer. I feel that they could cook longer. Let's see. I'll take out 3, that way we can all have 1. I am going to now turn this one last time. There we go, and I'll let those crisp up a little bit, just a couple more minutes. Yeah, I actually, Janet, I gave 3 of the brownie bowls to a friend of ours. It made 5, and then there was plenty of batter to lick. So I didn't have one here, just my daughter and my wife. And I got the 3 bowls. I put them in, we have these plastic disposable bowls, you know, yay big. It fit perfect inside. So, you know, we put them in the fridge. You probably didn't have to, it's a brownie, you don't need to. But you throw it in the microwave, you know, 10 seconds or whatever long it takes to get it nice and warm. Just enough. Throw a few scoops of ice cream on that. Sorry, let me show you pictures of the chicken. Let me get it in the light here. Those pieces of chicken look amazing, I have to say right now. Like I said, I cooked them more. I like them crisped up. And let me do a little presentation here with a couple of potatoes. I'll keep the dirty plate for myself. All right, Natalia, your chicken is ready. She already had some fries, and I still have to do the broccoli. I'll start that after I'm done. So if you stick around, great. If you can't, I'm just going to do that to it. The last 3 are just crisping up now.
They're waiting for us.
Yeah. I don't need to do this. Alright, I am going to, actually I don't need to prepare the broccoli because I'm just going to throw it in the air fryer, little oil. I'll take this one here. I'm going to dump them all in here and you can choose. Oh, this one's sticking just a little bit. I'm just going to stick them there. I'll let you take a quick look before I restart the air fryer again. And take a couple of pictures of my own. One more. Alright, those look delicious. Now for the broccoli. I'm going to reuse the same. Throw some broccoli in there. Not a lot because I don't know how much she's gonna eat. I'll eat a bunch of it. Well, so, yeah. Okay, I am going to fix Brussels sprouts with bacon. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that's good. So I'm going to spray a little oil. I am going to hand turn them because I want to get oil on both sides. I know it's a little time consuming, but my hands are clean. I'm always washing them. Okay. A little more oil on there. That way when I turn them, I don't have to worry about it. And we'll touch a pink Himalayan on that. And then I'll do it again when it's ready. So we're going to do 5 minutes total, 3 and then 2. And it'll come out very nice. And for that, we are going to do a temperature of 5 minutes down to 330. You'd be surprised what you like with a trapped in bacon. I didn't put as much on as I thought. It's not an overpowering, so I could actually have one this time. I would be scared too.
I'll be right in. Can I have a phone?
You can take the fries. Now, I know I have a glass here somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. I'm gonna just find it. Okay. It's in my room, my office, I should say. Be sure to smash that like button. Something pop up. It was too salty. So, I might have mentioned in the video that I was told to go easy on it because it is a strong salty. I'm sorry it was a little too salty for you, but just go a little easier on it next time because it has a ton of flavor. Maybe it'll change your mind. Excuse me. That's all right, Dean. There's always the replay and 2x speed, right? Janet, do you like spicy food? Well, you said it was too salty, but... Yeah, sorry it was a little too salty for you, but you can always go a lot easier on it and just put something else in there. Put a little I don't know, pepper or garlic powder or something like that, just so you still get that taste. Because I think it's very tasty, and I'm not one for salty, spicy food, but I like it. And I do like a little extra salt in mine. So, to me, for instance, 70 is hot. You know, I can walk outside all day long in shorts in 0-degree weather, you know, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, you know. So, perception, I guess, on that. Dean, what is it, 11 o'clock there? You're 6 hours. I always forget because we have a 5 and a 6 hour difference in a couple of our offices. Okay, let's flip the broccoli. Normally I would not. Oh, you can definitely smell the broccoli. I don't know if that's good or bad. But I'm taking the time to turn it just so in the video I can show you how nice and green and cooked this will be. There is one spot on that one that's a little brown, but I think it was because it was the edge. Make no mistake, these do not cook even, you know. I think I got them all. So just hit it with a little bit of oil. Crack a little salt on it on this side. And pop this back in for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, grab another piece of chicken and you can look at this face. Yeah, and that's how I got the same thing with the Montreal steak. It looks like it's a lot, but it's not. I had to put more of the Montreal steak. So the first time I went easy, and the second time I loaded it up. It's not as strong as you might think it is. The scent is stronger than the taste. Now what's strange is the grill mates in general, all my grill mates are good. But anything that has the word Montreal in front of it, I'm just learning, because especially today, because I'm trying to think if I used the Montreal chicken yet. I don't remember. Usually I take off the cap and I smell it. But the Montreal stuff seems to be very light on taste. Are you gonna give the Creole, Tony Creole's another shot, half as much? And the two down. Good. You can learn some, you know. The air fryer, I kind of picked it up pretty quick. But something, and on the first try it was good. But I made a soft boiled egg. It's on video. I don't know if you see it. It came out perfect the first time. And I did it like 2 more times. Second time I did it, the egg cracked. And I think it's because I didn't wrap it in foil, so it was bouncing around from the air. So the second time it cracked open inside the air fryer. And the third time, it was slightly hard boiled. So sometimes you think you can improve on something. You say, oh, I'll do it this way, I'll do this, and then it turns out it's not as good. I wish I paid more attention to the broccoli. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, looks it. And let's take a look at the broccoli there. I am not going to tip it in the bowl simply because, and you know, some of these look like they're starting to color, although that could be from the chicken because they're sticking. So I think actually some of it is from the chicken. So in this air fryer, well, usually when I cook broccoli in here, I've cooked nothing else in here than I do for 5 minutes. So future, if this is already hot, 4 minutes, 2 minutes on each side. See if that shows up on the camera. Still plenty green. Yeah, I could have went 4 minutes. So good. I never liked broccoli up until recently. Don't know why. And by recent I mean 2007. restaurant near us, Chili's. I used to get the guiltless chicken platter. Herb rub chicken, like a half an ear of corn, broccoli, but they sprinkled Parm cheese on the broccoli, rice. And then they changed it and they wouldn't give you the corn anymore, and then they did this, that, but when I first got it, that was good. Okay, that is it. So the Montreal chicken, you need more than what you think you need. So if you think you're putting too much, put on some more. Otherwise, it was excellent as well. I eat it, but hate it. Yeah, kind of that love-hate. You'd rather have a bowl of ice cream or something, right? Anyway, if you're still with me, thank you. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. If you like what you see here, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you know when I go live again. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
So is her broccoli. She's starting to give me a hard time. So.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Dean. Mr. Kraska. David, you left a while back. Gerard. And I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I think I missed someone yesterday, Mary Poppins, so I apologize. I don't know if she's listening to it. But thank you very much. Take care. Cheers.